Hey everybody, Swarmit here, and I am playing Armored Warfare. Today I've got my Weasel on Roughneck. We've got a full match, 15 on 15. We've got another Weasel on the other team. They've got a Chally and a Cent 120. We've got a BMD4 and a Leopard with me. That's pretty awesome. We got a few Tier 5 MBTs on each team. We got mostly heavies in Tier 6. Uh, BMP3 and M2 Bradley over there, and M2 Bradley VBL over here. We got a VFM5 to their Stingray, and a little bit of platooning going on. We've got a Tier 6 platoon. They've got a Tier 7 platoon of Relic players, so that is going to look good for them probably. But let's see what happens here. Now, on Roughneck and an AFV, I love to go up to this hill right here at D67. Just you'll see the spot here, and spot the enemy targets. I don't usually try to do a whole lot of damage unless something soft really shows itself to me and lets me take shots. I don't want to do a whole lot of firing because I don't want to give away my camouflage. But uh-oh, Cent 120 has already come down here very far, so I'm worried about being spotted and taking fire, not just from him, but anybody on the ridge. So I'm going to get down here where the ridge can't see me and try to figure out where he went. And there are the big heavy guys going down into the refinery. I take a few shots at them. I normally won't do that if I'm up on top of the ridge, because again, I don't want to get spotted and take enemy fire, but I'll take some shots at them there. Somebody marked an MBT up there. Oh, there's the Bradley. Let's see if I can get some lucky shots. Hit a module. That's fine. Oh, something spotted me. What was that? That's where I tried to get a little reckless. All right, this VFM's up here doing some work against the Cent 120 over there, maybe against the MBTs. I just heard a shot whiz past me, but I don't think it was at me. Now here comes a Leo 2AV that I do not have good shots on here. But I take those shots anyway just to give him something to think about and maybe make him back away. And it looks like that's what it did. I don't want him getting too close to my hill. So that wasn't a shot really intended to really threaten him, but just to give him something to worry about and maybe change what he was going to do. And let's go back on top of the hill. Look at this. Okay, there's a Centauro. I can. Oh yeah, yeah, baby. You can see at the end there how I slowed down my rate of fire because the aim size bloom on that auto canning at distance. You can see it just gets really, really inaccurate if you just keep firing. So I slowed it down to have a better chance of hitting him and did some good damage to him. Let's see, we've got a nice little push going on up here, so I'm thinking maybe I need to join. Oh, hey, there's a target. No, he's behind that thing. Let's take a little pot shots at him. Bang, bang. Yeah, I love doing this. Hit him again, and I get a little sloppy, and all right, he's gone. You'll notice that pretty much every time I fire and every time I stop firing and start to move, I hit my reload because I always want to have a full clip if I engage something. Sometimes that's a problem because I end up having another target right away and I haven't finished my reload, but I'm willing to accept that as a consequence for having a full clip whenever I get into a position somewhere. So coming up here to see what's what. I've got a VFM with me. It's good to have support. I've got lots of buddies up on the North Ridge making a push. Got an MBT-70, a Centauro, a Bradley, a VBL, and it looks like they should be able to overcome the resistance there. But this VFM-5 is powering ahead, and I'm just going to join him, and maybe we can get a flank going on and finish this off even earlier. Somebody spots the Centauro over here, so I'm thinking maybe the best I could do is go take out that Centauro, but looks like the Centauro got to him first. Now here we go. There's a Weasel doing a run by, and I'm just a little bit behind him with my shots, but here we go. All right, reload, designate him. Let's get into a fight here. Now, I'm going to pause it right here because what happens in this little brawl right here is kind of interesting to me. You'll notice I do not have him auto-aimed. I like to have people auto-aimed if I'm going to be in a brawl with them, but I don't like to auto-aim fast-moving things that I'm chasing because they dodge around so fast my barrel can't keep up. So I did not have him auto-aimed, and I think in hindsight that was a mistake. I did designate him though, as you can see. I got the target designation on him while I was reloading, and the reload's almost done, and he's about to stop here and turn around, and we're going to do a little brawl. And I've got health, and he doesn't, so this is looking good for me. Now notice he's at 342 health. He's already taken a good bit of damage. I haven't taken a scratch. I'm at full health, so I'm gonna, I'm willing to trade shots with him to finish him off at this point. All right, here we go. Reload done. Open fire. Miss, 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 miss. And there's a hit, and some misses, and a hit, and a hit, and another hit. And at the end, you can see the Centauro actually finishes him off, and that's good because, I was down to 78 hit points. Maybe a one shot for him, or maybe two shots for him. I had emptied my clip and was reloading, and the Centauro hadn't been there. There's a very good chance that he could have actually killed me. And in the time it took me to do 324 damage, he did over 1,000 to me. So thank you, Centauro, for finishing the job. In my opinion, there is no such thing as a kill steal in Armored Warfare. The sooner an enemy dies, the better. There might be times, when, for tactical purposes, you leave a kill shot for an ally to take, maybe because you have a long reload time or you need to engage a different target while your ally can finish off the kill more easily. But I, personally, will never, ever complain when an ally gets a kill against a target that I was about to finish off myself. I do not want my teammates hesitating, not for even a moment, to determine if it is, appropriate or fair or good to kill a target that I'm engaged with. Just kill it. I mean, the sooner the enemy dies, the better. But this engagement right here with the Weasel left me scratching my head, so I went back and took a closer look at it. Like, why? How come he hit me 16 times in the time it took me to do 4 hits to him? I had 3 hits already on him before the engagement, before this little circle brawl started. So I did 4 hits to him in the time it took him to do 16 to me. Now, I'm bad at killing tanks. I know that. If I go into a one-on-one situation, I expect to take the worst of it. But I don't expect to take 1,000 damage when I'm shooting at something that's, less than 10 meters from me in the time it takes me to do 324. I just don't expect it to be that lopsided. So what happened here? Backing up. All right, here I am chasing him, going over the hill, finishing the reload, and the Centauro comes in from the side. So this guy knows he can't run away, and we're just going to do the circle here. I'm going to slow this down a little bit. Maybe we can look at it at slower speed. Yeah, let's turn the sound off because it sounds funny like that. And all these shots, all right, some of them are going into his tracks, right? And like I said, I didn't have him auto-aimed. There's one that's probably going into his tracks, right? I didn't have him auto-aimed, and that probably cost me. And I'd probably hit him in the tracks quite a bit, or actually went through his wheels and hit the ground below it. But some of these shots I'm just baffled by, like right there. I guess that's a track hit. I guess it's the top half of the track. There's another shot that I guess is the top half of the track. There's another shot that I guess is the top half of the track. How about this shot? That looked like it was pure hull, but no damage. There's one that actually does some damage. Here's a shot. Again, I guess that's the top of the track, right? So I'm doing a lot of track damage, it looks like. And here's a question I have, right? So I know that this is the track, but this top part that covers the top of the track, that looks like what this shot should hit, is that little top part. I guess that counts as track damage and not hull damage. I got another shot in on him. And here's a good one right here. What? That should be hull, right? Nope. Fuel tank. There's this little fuel tank right there. I mean, how much fuel does this thing hold? Like 10 gallons? Is it a 20-gallon tank? And I managed to hit his fuel tank instead of his hull. So not doing me a whole lot of good hitting his fuel tank. And just shot after shot, apparently going into the top of his tracks and not really doing any hit point damage. I finally get my 4th hit, 324 damage. He's got another hit on me, and then the Centauro finishes him off. So that was I guess a learning experience for me about how, number one, how easy it is to think that shells are just disappearing in flight, right? Or ghost shells, or what have you. But number two, also how easy it is to hit the tracks on this thing from the side. If you're not auto-aimed, and I'm assuming if I auto-aim it, it'll put it at it'll actually be aiming at the whole time. But I don't know that for certain. So let's finish off the match here. I took a big beating from that Wiesel. I don't like that. I'm a one shot for anything. You know, if an MBT sneezes on me, I'm probably dead. I'm an easy ram kill, but you know, we've got a mass up here. And here's the cap circle. And I know a lot of players don't like capping in PvP because they feel like it's not fun or whatever, but hey, I'm here to win matches, so I'm going to cap. This Stingray is probably the only threat to get up here in time. So let's designate him and hope he doesn't figure out that he just needs to charge. He's going to let this VFM 5 over here get into position. This MBT 70 gets into position facing him, and I'm just going to hide. I mean, right now I'm not hiding just to save my skin. I'm hiding to save my cap points. If I get damaged, then my cap points go away. So I don't really want to be exposed. They finished off the Bradley that was trying to come do a reset. Here comes the Stingray. He knows he's got to come. He's got 20 seconds left. He's got to come over that hill, but this MBT 70 and this VFM are just waiting for him. Also, these two Centauros. This is pretty much in the bag. Stingray gives it a shot. I'm just going to take a few pot shots. He pops smoke. I'm going to hide back here somewhere. And I think he actually shot the dump truck there, maybe trying to hit me. But anyway, game over. Good game. It was fun. I didn't do terribly well. Did 1,700 damage. Took 1,000 myself. There's somebody in chat saying, I hate capping to win. You know, I get it. Some people just want to fight. But to me, it's the object of the game. I'm playing an AFV. There's a lot of situations where at the end of the match or maybe in the middle of the match, there's a bunch of light tanks left on my team and a bunch of heavy tanks left on their team, and their heavy tanks are on the other side of the map, and really the only way we can win is to cap. But I don't think this was quite that bad, but it was to me, it was the obvious best way to win at that point was to cap. So here's the stats. Did some damage. I didn't do much spotting damage. 18 spotting damage. That's unusual for Roughneck for the AFV that goes to that spotting point that I went to. I guess there were other guys on my team that were actually getting those spotting damage. Plus, I wasn't on top of that hill for very long because I came off of it to take those shots. So normally I get a good amount of spotting damage, about 1,000 or so probably. But I spread my damage out, got some assists but no kills, got some base capture points, finished 4th on the team, that's fine, and got netted 81,000 credits and 12,000 rep. Of course, that was my first one of the day, so it would be 6,000 rep. Other than that, you can see the stats there if you want to pause and take a closer look. This has been Scoremint. Thanks everybody for watching. I'm going to sign off now. It is time to go kill some tanks.